Hello guys, it's Anime What If Media, and before we get onto this video, I'd like to say I'm sorry for not uploading anytime sooner. I had personal business, and also I was kind of busy reading, doing schoolwork, so I didn't really have that much time to post any videos because online schooling is really tough. But anyways. So, we're gonna be doing a Damanchi. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I think the other name is called Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? So, this story, this what if, is gonna be about what if Bel actually trained with his grandfather and his. Some people say that he might be Zeus's actual blood-related grandfather. So, I'm just gonna say he is his blood-related grandfather, and he was trained to use his godly powers instead of having the dormant powers. If he was actually a demigod. Now, how this would work. Bel's parents died when he was around 5. When he was 5, his parents' dying wish is for him to become an adventurer and become a hero. So he strives to do that. He asks his grandfather to train him in everything. So Bel, the skills he's gonna have are completely different. He's gonna be a dual wielder, but with swords. If you've seen Kirito, he's gonna have those swords. It's just that one, the black sword, is gonna have runes similar to the Hestia knife. It's just that Zeus made that knife. Zeus got that knife for him. And also he's gonna have armor that's like a bluish color, and when he's fighting, it has like a lightning streak at it. He has lightning magic as a natural affinity, and he's really good. Now, he does not have a level because even though he trains with it, he didn't get like a fauna, what they used to know which level you are, because Zeus didn't make him join into Familia. He wanted him to choose his own Familia. Now, I'm gonna warn you guys before I get into this. This is not gonna be a Eyes X Bel. Bel is not gonna. No, you're gonna figure out the shipping later on. Now, anyways, after his parents' death, there's like 9 years time skip, because if I'm doing my math right, it'll be 14, because Bel was started on as 14 years old. 14 years old. Okay. So Bel, he was searching for someone to at least accept them to his house, like their familiar, and Bel, he's been searching. Most of the gods and some goddesses declined him until he found a pub at the Hostess Fertilia. The Hostess Fertilia, I think. He went there, he got some food. The person who gave him some food was this silver-haired girl named Seer, and he introduced himself as Bel Cornell and asked her what is this place and what type of food they sell here. And he was kind of getting interested. He might go here for every time he wants to eat or something. So during that, he was in the Hostess of Fertility until there was a rowdy bunch coming in the room, and the rowdy bunch were talking about their missions and everything until the goddess of this bunch was looking around, waiting for her drink until she spotted Belle. She sensed something from him, which she sensed some sort of familiarity and some sort of strong and familiar presence from him. And if you guys don't know who this goddess is, that goddess is Loki. Now, before I get into this, I'm gonna say something that I probably forgot to say in the backstory. The only people that know Bel is Zeus's grandson is Hermes, Freya, and Loki. When Loki sees Bel, she remembers seeing Zeus's grandson with white hair and red eyes, because Zeus was banished from Aurario, but the person who banished him was Freya. Because of some reasons. And Freya banished Zeus, and now he's not in Aurario. But Loki remembered that white-haired boy with red eyes, and she sees him, and Belle sees the goddess, and he kind of remembers who he is, so he decides to go up to her and ask her. And some people are staring at him now because he's walking to the Loki Familia. Like, oh my gosh, is he stupid or something? That's what people are thinking. And Belle went up to Loki and says, "Do I know you from somewhere?" And everybody just... So, if you guys have seen Dragon Ball and how Goku does something really stupid, or like remember when he was Super Saiyan and told Gohan to study how Chi-Chi reacted? That's basically how they're reacting, like, what? He doesn't know who Loki is? Because they're all like, Loki's a well-known person, so why does he not know who Loki is? And she said that her name is Loki, and then it's like, Auntie Loki? And everybody was shocked. Like, shocked when they heard this. And Loki looked at him and said, wait, white hair, red eyes, and you just call me Auntie Loki. Wait, you're Belle? Because that's her she reacted like screaming because she just now noticed who was standing in front of her. And Belle said, yeah, that's me. And Loki says, are you part of your grandfather's Familia? And people were surprised, like, grandfather's Familia? Is it like adopted by a god? Or, yeah, they didn't really want to think that he's a demigod or something, but, he was, he was looking like, he still looks scrawny, but he's a little bit more built, and he's wearing armor that's bluish, and it doesn't have lightning coming out of it. It only happens when he's in battle. So, Belle answered, no, I'm not in my grandfather's, Familia. He said for me to choose once I come to Aurario, and she says, why don't you join mine? And people in the Loki Familia are like, what? Because they're like, they see a person that Loki probably known, and he called her Auntie Loki, and then she's asking him to join the Familia. Now, Now, during the encounter, there was a certain elf that was part of the group. She had orange hair and dark blue eyes, sizing him up because she sensed a little bit of magic from him. So did another elf in the group. They're seeing him and some sort of divinity towards him, like there's something similar that they feel to all the gods and goddesses that he has. And Bell is not gonna have an arcanum spell, but he's gonna have something close to that. But anyways, they're sizing it up because they're kind of like worried because they sense this and they might think he might be an actual demigod, because demigods are ancient. The last time that they seen a demigod was Argonaut. Yeah, I'm changing Argonauts. Let's say Argonauts like race into human into a demigod, and he was OP. Now, Loki took her Familia, the ones that were with her, and Belle to the Twilight Manor where they stay at. She gave Belle her fauna to make sure that he's part of the Loki Familia, and she checked his stats. Now his stat says level 1. It says Bell Cornell, his name, level 1. Strength around 150. Agility around 250. Endurance around 250 as well. Dexterity around 190, and magic around 300. The skills are gonna be Wearer's Freeze, and that skill is not just, it says you have one track mind, and trying to, the stronger the desire it is, the stronger it is to become. Now his desire is to become a hero, because that was the last words that he got from his parents. So that's his strong desire to become a hero. So he's gonna have that skill, so he gets stronger. And when Loki sees that skill, she probably knows that he wants to become a hero. And she does not hide this away from Belle, because she knows that Belle can keep a secret. Because being a demigod is like a real problem. People would treat you like really, really high respect, and Belle is not that type of person. He doesn't like that, so he joined the Loki Familia. Now, during his stay in the Loki Familia, like the first 2 weeks, he was trying to get used to the guild, the Familia. And if I accidentally say guild instead of Familia, please don't, try to, say something in the comments, because I watch, this show and also Fairy Tale, and the way that they interact is so much like a guild, so it's really hard for me not to say anything, so say guild instead of Familia. But anyways, he was getting to know the people. He got to know the captain of the Loki Familia. He was short, blonde man, and surprisingly, he does not look like a kid. He's over the age that he looks like. His name was Finn. And there was a dwarf named Gareth. And and elf with green hair, Nine Hells, Rivera or something. I'm recalling this all by memory, which I know some of the names. And there was also a person that he kind of got friends with named Bete. Yes, Bete is gonna be friends with Belle. Now, this Belle has confidence. He doesn't have that issue, that scrawny, crybaby Belle. He's more, manlier. And Bete kind of learns a few things from Belle throughout the 2 weeks, and he becomes less of a jerk. And he became friends with Eyes, Tion and Tiana. And there was this one elf that he kind of had a crush on. And if you guys don't know who she is, her name is Lefia. And if you guys know from the original series, if you guys seen that other version from the anime, you know who that elf is. And let's just say she still has that idolism for Eyes, and that's gonna change after she gets to know Belle. So anyways, during the 2 weeks, he got used to the Familia, so he went to the place where he finds like an advisor. Now that advisor is still gonna be Aina, so he showed him his stats, his strength, dexterity, all those stuff, except the skills and magic. And he showed him like the Familia that he's proud of, and she said your limit should be around the 10th floor, because even if Belle is starting now, his strength, his magic is all freaking too much for a beginner. So she said you could at least go around the 10th floor. So he's been doing the dungeon. He made sure to get a big book bag for all the stuff that he carries. So he's been destroying monsters from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, then 5. During the 5th one, it kind of made him worried that there's no monsters here. But then he heard a stop, so he got ready and drew out both of his swords. And he got ready and went towards the noise, and once he see the Minotaur, he heard that they're supposed to be in the 15th floors, but he knows he could probably take him down if he goes all out. So he was slashing, doing everything, and did a small minor lightning attack so it could paralyze the Minotaur a bit. Then he did a move that takes most of his stamina and this move, if you guys don't know this, you probably don't watch SAO. He does a starburst string. That attack was major. He was going so fast. And during this time, some of the Loki Familia members that were chasing it saw this fight, and they know that Belle's level 1. So it's kind of surprising to see that he's taking on a Minotaur an equal strength easily. So they were kind of surprised at this. And once he was done, the Minotaur was done. He was done. It was overkill. and he got the core and decided to go back down for more exciting because he still hasn't reached level 10. And the rest of Familia are like Bete, Eyes, and Rivera. I think those and the two Amazons, those two saw that and they were surprised. He was level 1, but he took down the Minotaur like he was like the same level as them, because the speed that he used, the technique, it was all too much for a level 1. So they were flabbergasted about this, and they just went back to the surface because they felt tired. Well, Belle just went down in the dungeon for probably 2 more hours later, grinding on level 10. When he got back to the... Wait a second, I need to check to figure out the name of the place. So, I figured out what it was. It's called the Guild. That's called the Guild Hall. I don't know why it's called the Guild Hall, but it's called the Guild Hall. So, and I know the video is like over 20 minutes, but I'm trying to get this video out because I haven't done a video in a long time. So, he went to the Guild Hall. He probably, once he got there, Miss Anna was surprised how much stones he got. It was so much, it was like shocking. And the amount that he got was 1 million Valis. That's how much he brought. He got so much, he got 1 million Valis. And he decides to go to the pub where he found his aunt. Because Loki's kind of an aunt, because let's just say Zeus and Loki were friends. So he went to the pub. He went to eat there. And he was just sitting by himself until the Loki Familia that you see in Nor Canon, where the original Belle gets kind of badmouthed by Bete when he ran away. Now this time Loki sees Belle and tries to join him in, and they bombard him with questions. It's like, what was that skill? And you were so fast. Are you sure you're not level 1? And he says, whoa, one question at the time. And Loki was kind of confused, and she asks what happened, and they explain what happened during the dungeon, and Loki just started laughing. She says, since the age of 5, he's been training with the number 1 god of Orario before he was kicked out of this place. And they were shocked to hear that he was training with a number 1 god, the number 1 god, and they know who he was, Zeus. No one forgets about Zeus. Zeus is a legend. So they're like, you train with Zeus? And Belle says yeah, he's my grandpa. Why can't he not train me? And they're questioning, are you sure he's your grandfather? And Belle says, yeah, he didn't adopt me. My dad legit looks like a younger version of Zeus. And they were like, whoa, he's a demigod. He's not human. And they're like, only the Loki family understands. Yep, he's too broken. They're lucky to have a member like him. He could probably become the level 2 in like weeks, looking the way that he's going. And he was just grinding from days on. Grinding on level 13. Level 13 was a normal level. He went against some ants, some of those rabbits that happen to have red eyes and white hair. And he's kind of like staring at them. It's all because of them. That's why I'm labeled a rabbit. That's what he's thinking. So he's venting off his anger on those rabbits. He was going to go further until his stomach told him not to because he was so hungry. So he decides to like go back up the floors. And again, when he goes back to the guild, he brings bags 2 times bigger than the last, and they're like, I don't know how we're gonna deal with this. Are you sure you're just not faking that you're a level 1 adventurer? And he says, I truly am a level 1 adventurer, just that I had training before becoming an adventurer. And it kinda made sense, but seriously, how much he got was like too much. Too much for a level 1 adventurer. So he went back to the guild. He showed him how much money he earned. He gave half to his goddess, and he basically kept the other half to himself. Now, during dinner time, Loki was about to make an announcement. And let me make this again. Belle has only been adventuring for 2 days. 2 days! And everybody's like, uh-oh, I think we know what this is. And she says, Congratulations, Belle. You have reached level 2 in 2 freaking days. And everyone was like, what? Because he's been grinding on those levels that normal level 1 shouldn't be grinding on. Like, seriously. His second day, he already reached level 2. A record that no one cannot beat. Like, seriously, no one cannot beat that record. He became the new record holder. And this was sent out to the public, and everybody was like, yeah, this dude is too super broken to actually make it to level 2 in 2 days. So the whole Familia were like shocked. Most of the level 1s who've been training, going to dungeon for like 5 years are all mad at him, jealous that they don't get this growth. Everybody who's in the Loki Familia that we actually know by name are the only ones who knows why he's so freaking strong, because they know he's a demigod. So they're like impressed. They thought it was gonna take weeks, but damn, 2 days? Like, seriously. And this caught attention to a certain someone. And this certain someone was Lefia, and she was like, wow. She saw Belle in a whole different light, because Lefia admired Eyes for one reason, because she was a sword princess, strong and everything. And now when Belle comes in, he breaks her record. Not only the record's too hard for anyone to break. And they were like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, I'm falling for him. Because she was technically like that, bro. She had a crush over Eyes because of her power. That's basically it. Well, that crush is gonna change not just for power sooner or later, but anyways. And we're gonna move to the part where the naming for the nicknames for the people before the Ganesha Monstrophilia thing happens. So the nickname thing, when they got there, when Loki went there, she put a submission that says Belker now, and the name that she decides to choose is Mini Zeus, and they're like, what? Mini Zeus, seriously? And Freya's like, seriously? We know that he's, like, she's thinking in her head, we know that he's the grandson of Zeus, but seriously, really? And Loki kind of explains. He has lightning magic, white hair, really fast and really strong. And they were like, yeah, Mini Zeus is really, a good name for Belle, because Belle is freaking OP. I know I'm making him too broken in the start, but with a broken character comes stronger enemies. So, you guys don't worry, I'm not making him too broken for no reason. Now, Belle, he is grinding. He's trying to make sure he catches up to people in his Familia, like most of the people that he's friends with. And he's trying to make sure that he becomes a hero and be cool like that. Now, Belle is like grinding and also going down levels. Going really down until the 17th level. He heard about the 17th level about having Goliath on there before going to the safe zone in 18. So he readied himself to go against Goliath by himself. Now from Goliath, the fight him against Goliath all by himself. And let's just say a few group of people in his familia came to like see what he does to get this strong. And those happen to be the Amazon twins, Lafia and Eyes, because she was wondering like, how did he get this? Like, how? And they see that he's facing the Goliath by himself, and they're like, is he crazy or stupid? And he was, when he was fighting the Goliath, like, not even 10 minutes, he destroyed the Goliath, and they're just staring. He just destroyed the Goliath in 10 minutes without no help. Like, seriously. Now, Belle took the drop and decided to go back to the surface. And the girls decided to run and go back to the surface to go tell Loki this, and because they're shocked. He just turned level 2 and he already took down a Goliath. Seriously. They're like level 5 and 6, and when they first took down Goliath, it was like a challenge for them. Like, seriously. He's too broken. That's what they're thinking. Which he is for now. For now. There'll be enemies stronger soon. But anyways. Um, he came back to Gil. He went and basically deposited everything he got again. And Ana was like not surprised anymore. He keeps on getting too much, and he said that he went to the 17th floor until he fought, I think it's a boss level named Goliath. He was pretty easy. I finished off in 10 minutes, and she screamed like, "What?" Because Goliath took the people who are higher level than him and his own familia, like some hours to defeat, and they were like considered strongest in the group, and he took him down for 10 minutes, and also by himself. So that reaction was pretty normal, pretty normal. Now, Bell, he's really shocked and like, wait, so that Goliath was surprisingly supposed to kill me if I went there, if I was a normal person. And she's like questioning him like, normal person? What do you mean? Are you saying that you're not human? Bell can't lie. He says he's not human, but I'm not telling you what I am. And this kind of makes her think like, he's not human, so that's not surprising her that much, but it's still surprising her because some races, leveling up is easier for them. So, she didn't question it. But when the girls went to the Loki Familia, they told Loki what he did. And now everybody in the Loki Familia was in the grand hall waiting for dinner. And they're like, what? He took down a Goliath by himself at level 2 in 10 minutes. And Loki was just laughing. And they're like, what's wrong, Loki? And the executives of the Loki Familia knows why, but still, they're kind of shocked that he's like this strong, and Loki's like just laughing. And he says, he was strong, he was taught by the strongest god there was in existence for 9 years. And you expect him to not be really strong just because he just doesn't level up. His base levels are already stronger than some of you guys, or even the same level. And then when they think about it, he is kind of strong for his level, seriously, really strong. Now, Belle went back to his familia. People were staring at her. Some in fear, and some in shock, and some of them were just didn't care. And some of them were like, damn it, I wish I had that type of growth or something. And when he decides to go get his level checked up, and no, he's not leveling up to level 3 yet, no. He has all S for stats. All S. S in magic, S in strength, S in everything. Level 2. And Loki is like, yeah, you probably need another day before you level up. Now Bella's like, seriously, is it really that hard for people to level up? And why is it taking me so easy to level up? And she said, you're not human. Some people in the Familia are not human. There's some demi-humans. And she's like, you know what I mean. And he was sheepishly laughing, rubbing back his head. And he decided to have dinner. Now, once he's having dinner, everybody was staring at him. Most of the guys are staring at him. Well, some of the guys are staring at him. I wish I could be so cool and so strong like him. And some of them are just jealous because with his burst of strength, most of the girls are staring at him. While Bete was kind of can I train under you? And everybody was like surprised because Bete is supposed to be a person who has too much pride to ask for help. And Belle's like, sure, why not? And everybody was like, he didn't even question it and just accept it. So everybody was shocked at dinner. And he decided the next day he'd probably take a day off and train with Bete. So he decides to go like in their indoor training place. And he asks Bete like what's his skills. Because Bete, he's basically a hand-to-hand fighter in the dungeon than a actual weapons user, if you guys don't know. He probably has gauntlets, but that's it. So that's technically his type of fighting, so they do hand-to-hand fighting. And he asks, does he have magic? And he says no. And Belle has a mischievous grin because he happened to buy a grimoire. And grimoires are nothing to the type of money that he gets. So he decides to buy a grimoire. A grimoire that he got in the original series. And no, he will not get fire magic. He's gonna get the magic that seems to fit him, his personality. So he gets he reads the grimoire, and it basically has a similar dream that Belle has. And he says what's his things, and the magic that he gets is freaking storm magic. Now this storm magic makes him control lightning, wind, and water. And Belle has storm magic as well, so he's like, that's kind of convenient. I have storm magic as well. I'll just use my lightning more. So they decided to train together and like train with the spells that he knows and everything until Bete became mind down. Mind down is the reference when used the user is basically exhausted from extreme magic use. Because magic and Damachi is not like based on mana. It's based on Excelia and how much brain something about brain intelligence or something. So that's why it's called a mind down. Now he decided to call it off a day, and then next time on this series, I'm gonna continue on. It's getting too long, but anyways, see you guys later. Bye.